Good evening, everyone. This is King Bob coming at you live from King Bob's Kingdom. And we're going to go on another flight because I enjoyed the other one. I figured, hey, let's give this another shot. Get a little content out there. There's a little backstory to this one, actually. So, right now, we are at Hancock County Bar Harbor Airport, just outside of Mount Desert Island, in the great state of Maine. We're going to tour around Acadia National Park. Did I start that? Let me try this again. Okay, let's start again. Good evening, everybody. This is King Bob coming at you live from King Bob's Kingdom. Figured, hey, let's give this another go. I enjoyed that first stream I did earlier. Just getting back into the swing of things here. Get back into flight simming. All that good stuff. So, tonight, we are at Hancock County Bar Harbor Airport. Just outside of Mount Desert Island in the great state of Maine. And we're going to do a tour of Acadia National Park. So this kind of coincides with a little bit of real life. Last year, about this time, about a year ago, we were touring around New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, chasing after a band called Steel Panther. And we decided, hey, let's spend a couple nights down in Bar Harbor, because they were playing down there, Steel Panther was. And we figured do Acadia National Park and had a wonderful time out of this airport. Scenic Flights of Acadia. I don't remember if that's what it was called, but you know, that's what it is in game. So imagine my surprise when we pulled up to this, and this is kind of what it looked like. So this scenery is got this off the marketplace. It's by Spinoza, I think. KBHB. Nicely done. This is kind of what it looked like when we pulled up. After I did my research and were on our way, I told my traveling companions, hey, we're going on a scenic flight of Acadia National Park. And, of course, they all thought I had two heads. But I do have two heads, but that's neither here nor there. So, yeah, we pull up, come off the main road down into... That goes off to Acadia National Park. You can kind of see a mountain in the distance there. And sure as shit, these two ladies were standing out there. No, they really weren't. But sure as shit, this is what it kind of looked like. There is the parking lot. Little office where we purchased our tickets. So let's tour the airport first. This is not freeware. This is payware. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I didn't even realize I had paid for it. I think I got it back in 2020 days. Airport's pretty nice. I believe this traffic right here, these planes, they are being injected by SayIntentions. There's the arrivals. Flag looks kind of funky. Couple people waiting out here, backpack, maybe talking to a pilot, getting ready for some sort of scenic tour. It's not a highly detailed airport. There's no interiors. It's kind of nice. Much better than the default. Like that plane's getting ready to taxi. That's cool. Well, it looks like they got some sort of boat yard thing over here. Pretty neat. They went some lot of detail over here. Construction workers building boats. Maybe they launch them off this boat launch here. Of course, there's a cruise ship out here, or a yacht. I don't know if that's part of the scenery or part of the game in general. I'm going to think it's part of the actual airport scenery, but from overhead, you can see this is a uncontrolled airport. There's no tower here, so. But I think, like, you know, Citation jets will fly in here, Citation 10s, things of that nature. Nothing big. Airbuses, that's for sure. So yeah, today we're just going to basically do a tour of those mountains off in the distance, which is Acadia National Park. Excuse me. And this is the plane we're going to be taking, the WB Sim C152. When we did this, it was in a 172, so I'm going to recreate that flight that we took last year. So let's get going. So this WB Sim 152 is excellent. It could be my favorite general aviation aircraft in the game. Oh, let's board up. Get the heck out of Dodge here. Okay. First things first is we will close the door. We'll leave the window open for now. Turn our fuel to on. Say hello to our co-pilot today. Like I said, when we did this, it was in a 172, so my wife and my friend sat in the back. I sat in the co-pilot's chair with the young who's this? I'm getting some sort of weird message in YouTube Studio. Okay, not going to pay any attention to it. No biggie. All right. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah. We did this in a 172. Pilot, myself, and my wife and my friend in the back seat. Fun. So let's go ahead and recreate that flight. So fuel tanks are on. We are going to turn on the batteries. We're going to turn on the beacon, and we're going to turn on the strobe lights. Magic barrel reference key. We do have some wind today. I think it's bad. There may be about 5 knots or so. It was pretty much windy that day. Let's get this plane started. Mixture is full. Crack the throttle some. Make sure my parking brakes are on. And they are. That looks good. Let's go ahead and start this guy up. Should have said clear prop, but we got a good start. Don't know why the GPS looked like that, but it did. So that is cool. So let's turn on our nav lights. Get some pitot heat going. Even though it's a beautiful summer day down east Maine. I don't know if I set up trim with this. I should check that. Trim's good. It is. It's going awfully slow though. Let's pull up Sim trim. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's try minus 0.004. 0.004. That's backwards. So what the heck is going on? Yeah, I've blown this one out a bit. Should have had my... Maybe this needs to be... There we go. And this one should be minus... Or should this be plus also? That doesn't make any sense if it is. The nose-up trim works fine. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Oh, I'm using the wrong... Duh. Let's clear this out. Okay, that. We want 24 for down or nose down trim. Visual 4. There we go. Now we got the trim wheel working. Perfect. Sim trim. Great little program, especially with the way trim is in this game. Okay. Close up shop here. Taxi lights can come on. Landing lights can come on. I'm gonna try some SayIntentions. Lingo, jargon, whatever you want to call it. We are... Make sure our flaps are up. We're 5 Romeo Yankee. Okay. Let's make a call to announce that we will be taxiing. So we are at where again? Hancock County Bar Harbor. Hancock County Bar Harbor traffic. Cessna 5 Romeo Yankee. FBO parking. Taxiing to 22 Bar Harbor. Is it 22? Knowing me, it's probably not. Butchered that last time. Yep, 22. Perfect. Okay. Let's get it going. Back off on the throttle there. Lean the mixture a little bit. Off the parking brakes. Test them brakes. They're working good. All right. It's about a year ago when I did this. Oh, by the way, I'm using another reshade preset. This is default game. That's with reshade. That just looks so much better to me. So we're going to take off 22. And we're going to do a left-hand circuit around Acadia National Park, Mount Desert Island. It looks clear. We're going to cross over. I guess I'm supposed to announce that. I'm not 100% positive. Let's go with taxiing. Oopsie, stay on the runway there, dude. Cruising, man. We gotta put some brakes on here. I think we need to do a... Yeah, we got plenty of runway. We'll, oh, no, that's a runway. We don't want to do that. Cross over this. We'll do the full taxi out. Oh, heavy on the brakes, heavy on the brakes. Heavy on the brakes, there we go. Okay. Let's line up here. Lights are all on. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Flap. Come down to one position, one notch. Well, that looks cool. Nothing up top. Hancock County, Bar Harbor traffic. Cessna 5 Romeo Yankee departing to the south on runway 22, Bar Harbor. Bar Harbor, as they say up here. Let's get this thing going. I probably butchered that call. I still need to work on that. So 1 year ago is when we did this flight. And it was a young kid, very nice gentleman, wants to become a private or a pilot, like in business jets, basically. All right. Full throttle. Try to maintain the center line. Knots, and we're up and away. Trim it out for... Whoops. That 80 knot climb out. And let's go explore Acadia National Park. Flaps can come up. And we'll take it up to about 1,000 feet. I don't remember how far were we up when we did the tourist flight. Oh, we'll go up to about 1,000 because that seemed about right to me. Oh, forgot the duck. The old rubber duck. WB Sim, little Easter egg, I guess you could say. So we're approaching 1,000 feet, so we will back off on our throttles, maybe take it down about 2,300 RPMs. we will trim it out there. Get it into trim here. So this is Acadia National Park, Mount Desert Island. Wonderful place to visit. And our first destination is going to be Bar Harbor, or Bahaba, as they say. Actually, while we're at it, let's turn off our taxi and landing lights. They don't need to be on. And we're going to be heading over toward those mountains, Cadillac Mountain and such. But like I said, the first stop on the trip is going to be Bar Harbor, which is kind of directly in front of us. Little town, it's a little touristy town. It's a cool little town. Cruise ships come in here, believe it or not. Great place. My dad hated it because he was from Maine. He thought it was too touristy, but I dig that stuff. So the town of Bar Harbor is directly in front of us, and this island right here is called Bar Island. And at low tide, you can actually walk out to Bar Island. And there's hiking trails out there, and there's a vista back down toward Bar Harbor, toward the end of the island here. You just have to pay attention to the tide tables, because that tide will come back in, and if you are out here when that tide comes back in, then you are literally trapped on the island. So, if you're going to do it, and I highly suggest you do, make sure you check the tide tables. And right down here is the information center, the main visitor center for Acadia National Park. Good place to stop off to begin your visit of Acadia National Park. So this is a cruise terminal right here. I think boats or ferries go from here over to Nova Scotia. Lots of motels, and cool eateries, and all kinds of good stuff down here. Again, this is Bar Island. This is where you can actually cross it at low tide. This becomes exposed sand. This is downtown Bar Harbor. And right down here, there's a lot of cruise ships, a lot of good restaurants down here. Really cool little town. Where did we stay at? We actually stayed not seeing it right here. This hotel we stayed at, and we saw Steel Panther down in that theater right there. And you can see, cool little area. Let's go ahead and just lope by it again. Why not? Now, when I did the scenic tour, air tour, he didn't do this. He basically kept on going. But we'll head back toward Bar Harbor. Getting those annoying little hitches right there. Not sure what that is. There's Bar Island again. Let's fly down across or over the little town of Bar Harbor. Bahaba, as they say. Tour boats here. Great seafood restaurant right here we ate at. Irish. There's an Irish restaurant down here. Like a pub. The cool motel over here. Okay, so that's Bar Harbor. That is, you know, where the action happens, basically. This over here is Acadia National Park, and right here is Cadillac Mountain. It's the highest point in Acadia National Park. I think it's about 1,550 feet, but it's known for being the first place on the east coast of the in the United States that you can see the sunrise from right here. You know, people go up there just to catch that. Very cool. I think I didn't phrase that right. It's the first place that the sun. I'm not quite sure. Something to deal with it's the first place in the United States where you can see the sunrise. Highest point on the actual East Coast. On the coast itself. Obviously, there's taller mountains inland, but not on the coast. Acadia National Park is a wonderful park. This looks like the Park Loop Road right down here. Well worth doing. And up here are two hikes I want to do one day. Beehive and the Precipice. And they are hikes where you're basically on rungs and very steep grades, basically, up these cliff faces. Very cool. Beehive and Precipice. Good Champlain Mountain over there, actually. Down around the corner in this little cove right here should be Sand Beach. Yeah. That's Sand Beach. There's an actual beach there. It's a sandy beach. Obviously, that's where they got the name for it from. But the waters are cold. People do swim in it, but probably wouldn't suggest it. This is actually the Beehive right here. I remember because you could see it from the parking lot of Sand Beach. People, you know, get their hike on going up that. Really cool. Now we're going to head out toward one of my favorite points, Otter Cliffs, which basically are all along this coastline here. Beautiful cliffs, great places to just sit and relax and just enjoy the day. I've done it many times. Actually, I lied. I said I was going to fly at 1,000 feet, but I think 500 feet's nicer to cruise along. And that's the Park Loop Drive, Otter Cliffs. Let's head back. Inland. Otter Cove right here. Why it's called Otter Cove, I don't have any idea. I don't believe there's otters there, but I guess there could be. Looking back at Cadillac Mountain. So many cool places to go explore here at Acadia National Park. This is kind of what the tourist flight did. Kind of took us along the coast here, picking out scenic points, and you know, they actually let me fly the plane for a brief bit, and that was a thrill and a half. Let me tell you. Probably talked his ear off too much about, you know, flying in general, but it is what it is. We're going to start to head inland a little bit. Let's gain some altitude here. Oh, look at that place. Maybe one day I can afford a joint like that. Getting kind of low. So we're going to head over toward Jordan Pond and the bubbles. You kind of see it. This is Jordan Pond right here, and that's one of the bubbles. Cometic Mountain right here. Cometic Mountain. What is this one across the way? Penobscot Mountain. So the bubbles are down here. And there is a... Where is it? I'll find it. Is that Jordan Pond? Red Eagle Lake. Oh, that's Jordan Pond. Right down here is the Jordan Pond tea house. And they got this lawn right here. Right there's the tea house. You could sit out, have lunch here. They are known for their scones. This is the bubbles, and this is Jordan Pond right here. We're going to fly down through here. This is Penobscot Mountain and Pometic on the right-hand side there. And their scones are excellent. Tea and scones, basically. Fantastic. But you can basically sit on this lawn out here and just enjoy the natural surrounding. This is Eagle Lake over here. I believe it's a reservoir, so there's no swimming. These are the bubbles. Nice hiking trails, too. And that's looking back out toward the airport. There is Cadillac Mountain right there. Now we're going to hook a left here. Gain some altitude over these mountains. Head back down toward the coast. Toward Somme Sound, which is one way. Penobscot Mountain there. And Somes Sound, which we're going to fly down through, is a actual fjord. You think of fjords, you think of, Norway. Welcome to Norway. But yes, there's actually fjords here in the United States. Down through Somme Sound here. Head down toward, should pay attention to what I'm doing here. Too busy looking at a map. Now again, the tour didn't do this. He basically hugged the coast. It was about 40 minutes, I think, or 45 minutes, something like that, but it was cooler than cool, let me tell you. I love Acadia National Park. Love to own some of those homes down there too. I think we're coming, what's this, Southwest Harbor over here? Yeah, this is the Where is it? I think Southwest Harbor is here. Little town of Southwest Harbor. That looks like a golf course out there. That's cool. Northeast Harbor over here, the little town of. So many cool places to go explore over here. Towns, the shops, the villages, the park itself. Let's trim it back out for 1,000 feet. Knots, we'll try to trim it out. There we go. That works. And again, we'll hug the coast. Head over toward Bass Harbor, and there's a famous lighthouse. I'm sure you could see plenty of pictures of it. I have some great photos of it. It's a very popular spot. It is part of the park system. Beautiful. I don't believe it's depicted in the sim. I don't know why somebody doesn't do all the lighthouses like along, you know, the main coast, because that would be kind of cool. Portland Headlight, Bass Harbor. Got a little slow there. Seawall down there. Bass Harbor light should be on this point over here. We'll cruise by it, but I don't think there's anything depicted in the sim. Where would Bass Harbor Lake be? The Bass Harbor headlight should be right down here. And I don't think it's depicted in the game. I've never seen it, but maybe photogrammetry can pick it out for us. I don't think so. Somebody should do a lighthouse pack. That'd be cool. Actually, you know what? Bass Harbor. Okay. It should be right here on this point. Yeah, there's the parking lot for it, and right here is Bass Harbor Lighthouse. It's not depicted well at all in the sim, but that's where it's at. There's a parking lot there that gets extremely crowded on beautiful days. Now we're going to cruise up the western side of Mount Desert Island and Some of this over here is Acadia National Park, not all. Watch my speed, getting low, too much sightseeing going on. Sorry about that. I was checking something out. The YouTube thing keeps saying, hey, click here, click here, click here. I don't know what the heck it's for, so I'm going to not pay attention to it. This is the west coast of Mount Desert Island. If I remember right. I'm probably going to remember wrong, but I believe there's a mansion over here, and I think it was the mansion of somebody that had something to do with founding the park. I could be wrong. Gentleman told us that you know, that was flying the plane. That's not it, because the thing was huge. I gotta look that up. Cadillac Mountain in the distance. Going sound. Some pretty nice digs down there. That way is toward Portland, Maine. Long ways away. That way toward Canada, Nova Scotia. Or I'm sorry, New Brunswick. The province of New Brunswick, not downtown New Braunfels. We're going to slowly make our way back toward airport. Bartlett Island down there, I think it is. Yeah, Bartlett Island. Big one in the distance is Bartlett Island. Hardwood Island off to our left here, or to our left. I just got to find the airport. There it is. Hancock County Bar Harbor traffic, Cessna 5 Romeo Yankee 5 miles to the south inbound for landing on runway 22, currently at 1500 Bar Harbor. Let's see if we can pick out where the airport is. There it is. This is kind of what we did. We toured around, did a big loop, and then just landed. Let me tell you, for a guy that was a private pilot, the wasn't a butter landing, that's for sure. But I know we're all obsessed with butter landings, but it certainly wasn't that. But you got the plane down in sort of windy conditions that day. But I teased him. We're going to be landing on runway 22. Long pond right here. I believe you can swim there. You can't swim in Eagle Lake. Eagle Lake is a reservoir. Now, if you're into some freshwater swimming. And the airport is directly out, not directly out, but to the left of us, right here. We're going to enter the right downwind for 22. And when we get close, we'll make a call, and I'll probably butcher that too, but it's fun. Because if it's not fun, then what's the point? There's the bridge. It's the only road onto Mount Desert Island. So this can get backed up in the summertime with traffic coming in. Get down to about 1,000 feet here. Slowing the plane down. Head for the right downwind. I'm gonna make the call now. I didn't even know it's probably not correct. Hancock County Bar Harbor traffic, Cessna 5 Romeo Yankee, right downwind for 22 Bar Harbor. Probably should have said entering right downwind, huh? Ourselves a notch of flaps. Not my best flying, but it'll do. After all, nobody really comes for the flying part. They just come for the landings. Keep around 80 knots, get slow. I think we can turn to base. Hancock County, Bar Harbor, traffic, Cessna, 5 Romeo Yankee, turning base for runway 22, Bar Harbor. Notch your flaps, keep the speed up around 80. Hancock County, Bar Harbor, traffic, Cessna 5 Romeo Yankee, turning final for runway 22, Bar Harbor. We're high and we overshot it, but we can correct that. So our last notch of flaps. Actually, we may be dead on according to Poppy, so let's see. And here we go. Ooh, getting slow. Pay attention to your speed, King Bob. Pay attention to the speed. Easy, easy. There's already a YouTuber that says that. I can't take that one. Alright, looking good, looking good, looking good, looking good. Alright, we can throttle back to idle. Eyes down the end of the runway. Try to maintain center line. And we're down. That was nice. Better landing than my tour guide did. Vacate the runway over here and go park over by the tours. He was right here, right? Hancock County, Bar Harbor, traffic, Cessna 5 Romeo Yankee, clear of runway 22, Bar Harbor. And we'll go park this puppy, and we'll call it an evening. There's a little speed bump, huh? Dude's gonna direct me in, huh? Let's see if we can make this work. think that'll work. Not too bad of a parking job. I didn't want to get too close to the, unless you want me to cut my engines. So, parking brakes can come on. And I forgot to put my landing lights on. Oopsie. I'll turn the pitot heat off. We will clean out the mixture. Shut down the engine. Magnetos to off. Beacon can come off. Strobe can come off. Nav can come off. Alternator and master power. Open up the window. Then open up the door. And let us out. Can I do it on the opposite side too? Oh, of course I can. Perfect. That was me. Last year, roughly about this time, in my glory after this flight. Again, it was in a 172, but I don't like the default 172 in 24. I like the 152 WB Sim much better. So go get it. No. Head over here. Little jog going on. And it's not going to let us out. We can make fun of little Johnny there. He's wishing his parents had the money to go do this. It wasn't all that cheap, so, but it is what it is. So, but and I can't get out. So, but that's going. Oh, what's that warning sign says? Warning. Warning. Airside entry. Oh, look at maximum $5,000 fine. Wow, crazy talk, but. Well, that's going to do it for me, King Bob. So, I had fun. I hope you did too. This is King Bob from King Bob's Kingdom saying see ya. And if you get the chance in real life and you're ever in Maine, go do Acadia National Park. It's a once-in-a-lifetime type deal, man. It's absolutely fantastic. So, go check it out. Much more beautiful than the sim could ever show. But, again, this is King Bob. See ya.